guest is probably best known for his work in Spinal Tap and his many voices on The Simpsons. He's responsible for these CDs, O.J. on Trial, The Early Years, and O.J. on Trial, That Endless Summer. And it's always a pleasure having him here on the show. Please welcome Harry Shearer. I haven't seen you in a while, Harry. Thanks for coming.
Andy, did you,
No.
Okay, fine.
I haven't seen... it's been a while since I last saw you. First of all, how are my friends at The Simpsons back there? Everyone all right?
Well, Mr. Burns is getting some new transfusions for the season upcoming.
Very good. All right.
You know, the blood transfusions he's used to now, but the saliva transfusions are a pain.
I see you in concert, like in 30 years from now, doing your voices from The Simpsons.
And of course, Mr. Smithers is working on his collection of Malibu Stacy dolls. Lickety-split.
Very
nice. Can I say lickety-split on television?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
We've said it all on this program. All right.
So that's how they are. And how are
good.
you?
I'm fine, and we were excited to have you on tonight because it's nice to see you, but
Nice to be
also
seen.
Nice to be seen. But your specialty has always been your take on politics, and the primaries are going right now. So we were interested to get your take on the whole thing. You know, it's very upsetting. A lot of people are curious about Buchanan, for example.
Wait a minute. The primaries are on now? I'm sorry. No, yes, I know. It's an interest. People think Pat Buchanan is the loony one in this race, which is interesting to me.
Now, Pat Buchanan, it's true, wants to build a wall around the Mexican border to keep the immigrants out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Bob Dole, on the other hand, Bob Dole just wants to bring all illegal immigrants to his speeches and bore them back to Mexico. But the really
Policy differences,
But the really loony one is Lamar Alexander, and it escapes people because he has such a reasonable way of talking. You know, Lamar Alexander just wants to start a fifth branch of the military to deal with the immigration problem, and it sounds very sensible when he says that, and he gets carried away, and he wants to start a sixth branch of the military to run the post office because they're all in uniform and half of them are armed already. So, and then there's Steve Forbes, you know, who's, why is this man smiling? Would you please call his office as soon as you know?
So do you have a take on this thing? Do you think that that it's going to be Buchanan? Do you know? Do you care?
I have no rooting interest. I know somebody in this building who does. I think Tom Brokaw is hoping and praying, Lamar Alexander gets out of this race as soon as possible. I'll be the luckiest man on Saturday News if I don't have to say Lamar Alexander anymore.
Oh, God.
That's just a guess, you know, on my part.
Well, he's not going to be my guest tomorrow now. Thank you very much. We'll have a big vacancy there. I'll be talking to Ruth Buzzy. All right, anyway.
Well, you know, talking about news, you know, you've heard all of these rumors about ABC is going to start an all-news channel, and NBC is going to start an all-news channel. They're all going up against CNN. Fox is starting an all-news channel. I guess the Simpsons characters will be reading the news.
This is Mr. Burns, he's the news.
But everybody's wondering when's the other shoe going to drop. And I'm able to announce tonight, CBS is going to have their own all-news channel starting next year, where you'll be able, anytime, day or night, to watch Dan Rather's hair color actually change. So
that's going to...
Checked in at 2 this morning, and my hair will be redder than the Pecos after a bar fight.
I look forward to it.
It'll be big.
The CDs, both on, of course, the O.J. trial, which was a bit of an obsession for you.
I admit it. I was there for you last year.
I know, that's right. You actually reported from the courthouse for us on the O.J. trial, and I was curious if you've had sort of a withdrawal from the whole thing. I mean, it ended, and it's got to be tough for you. Do you miss the O.J. trial?
I do. I think, you know, there's going to be another trial, and I don't know. I think that as American citizens, we have isn't it in the Constitution we have a right to see the second trial on TV? Because there's some debate about it, but I believe that's a God-given right. You know, I do a little commentary on ABC late at night on World News Now, and O.J., you know, he calls all these TV shows.
He's calling everybody constantly.
He called me while I was on the air at ABC.
No, he didn't.
They did. They put him on the air, and I thought, all right, I'll take the call as long as I have the chance. I'll ask him. I said, O.J., you said in the deposition that the bruises on Nicole's face came from her picking at her skin blemishes. Could you, you know? He said, no, that's not true. That was an inaccurate transcript. What I actually said was simply that Nicole would sometimes get so angry at herself over the skin blemishes that she would start punching herself in the face. So, you know, at least he cleared that up, you know.
Oh, man. Well, So what about Cato? I know you were obsessed with Cato. Did you ever get a chance to hang out with him or anything, or talk
You know,
to him?
actually, the hardest thing to do in Los Angeles last year was not meet Cato. You really had to work hard, because he was at every party. You go, look, there's Cato. Cato sightings everywhere. But it's interesting, at his deposition, you know, he's changed his story. He now says, O.J. was mad. Yes, he was, you know, angry, you know, angry, yes, you know. So I guess losing the talk show has convinced him that now he's got to go another way.
Maybe he'll get another show out of it.
I think everybody will get a show out of it eventually.
They'll all have competing shows on different networks.
Roger and everybody who commented on the O.J. trial has a show.
Yeah.
And Geraldo Rivera, who's, you know, everybody who watched the O.J. trial used to watch Geraldo. And I feel sorry for him now, because when there's no O.J. news, he has to do, here are some other crimes you might be interested in. Not quite as compelling.
Like a watch salesman.
Yeah.
Have you taken a look at this?
Oklahoma.
Something over here. All right. Well, have we taken good care of you? Because, you know, you're an old friend of mine, and I'm concerned. Did we put you up in a good hotel? You're all right? You got good service
There
from
was
our
a little
show?
problem at the hotel, because as I was actually talking to your staff, they began to install a toilet in the room upstairs. Now, some may ask, why wasn't there a toilet there to begin with?
It's been a complaint
It's a good question.
for many years from that room.
But the thing, it really sounded like you were inside the head of somebody who was undergoing dentistry. So, you know, I called them up and just said, "This is Mr. Stallone in room 741. What are you doing up there?" And they stopped.
That took care of it?
That took care of them.
Your voices can get you out of so many jams.
So
All right.
many things.
Now, I understand there is, for people who want to buy these CDs,
They're not sold in stores.
They're not sold in stores.
Yeah, there's an 800 number, and I can't say it over the air.
It's illegal, actually. FCC
As
rules.
O.J. finds out, you can't say your 800 number on the air. If you felt after seeing me the feeling of, yes, O.J. CD, then that would be a clue as to the number you might call. But, of course, we can't say the number. But if you had that feeling...
There are two whores tonight here on TV. All right, Harry Shearer, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. See you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show tonight. We do want to thank our guest, Mr. Bean. A special thanks to him. Also, our thanks to Molly Shannon, Harry Shearer. Of course, we got Andy Richter, the Max Weinberg 7. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. I feel good about that.
Yeah,
Sort of drew from life experience.
right. It always means so much more to the kids when you're speaking from experience.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you know, they actually had me do a new one of those.
That's right.
published
That's right. I heard they asked you to do one,
Yep.
too. How did it come out?
It's great, actually. We have it.
We have it here?
Yeah, Liz, could you
What a
play
coincidence.
it for us?
Yeah, let's see it.
If you're a talk show sidekick and you don't like what one of the guests is saying, play it smart. Wait till he's not looking, then spit in his mug. You'll be glad you did.